2.5 hours, Kyle. That's how long the jury had this case before they came back with the verdict. Now, like you said, we did have some delays earlier this morning because one of the jurors who was actually on the jury had some medical reasons and needed to go home, so they had to put an alternate on that jury. But the jury did find the defendant, Marion Williams, guilty of all 7 counts. This case is about 3 boys, Marcus, Keani, and Cameron Clark. They were inside their grandfather's home, as they were every weekend, sleeping when the house was set on fire. The jury convinced that Marion Williams set that fire in a jealous rage against her ex-boyfriend, Arnold Melee. The boys' grandfather and his girlfriend, they were in bed. Those two survived the fire. The woman, Teresa Redding, was able to get out by pulling an AC unit out of the window and jumping out that way. The grandfather, Arnold Melee, went in trying to save his grandsons, but unfortunately couldn't do it. Take a listen as the verdict was read in the courtroom.
We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1, victim Marcus Clark. The defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree as charged. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 2, victim Cameron Clark. The defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree as charged. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 3, victim Keani Clark. The defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree as charged. The defendant is guilty of attempted first-degree murder as charged.
And the jury had to decide on the arson before they were able to consider the murder charges, because the fire is the reason that the Clark brothers died. The medical examiner testifying yesterday that all 3 boys died because of smoke inhalation. Now, the defendant's family immediately had a reaction when the verdict was being read. They were crying and were eventually assisted out of the courtroom. The victim's family stayed silent for now because there's still some stuff that has to go on before this trial officially comes to an end. Kyla?
Yeah, Samantha, just a devastating case all around. What comes next for Marion Williams?
So she's being taken back to the jail for the weekend, and the penalty phase will start on Monday. Now, there's 2 things that could happen in this case because Marion Williams was convicted of all charges as they were given. They are first-degree murder charges, first-degree arson charges, first-degree attempted murder charges. So there's 2 options. The jury can recommend to the judge either life in prison without the possibility of parole, or they can recommend the death penalty. That has to be a unanimous decision either way, and that penalty phase will start on Monday. So, of course, we'll be back here and let you know how that goes. The defense and the prosecution both have a chance to bring in witnesses during this penalty phase, and we'll be sure to keep you updated as to what the jury recommends. Live in DeSoto County, Samantha Serban, NBC2.